Listen to that, guys. That is Kingdom Hearts Union Cross's intro song. And boy, is it beautiful. But what can I say, guys? We finally got our update. And I'm just going to go through the notices that they gave us. I'm not going to go through every single one of them. I'm just going to kind of go through the more important ones. So first and foremost, we did get some past avatar boards. So that's something to be extremely happy about. We got the old Donald and Goofy avatar boards. If you missed the Cloud avatar boards or the Yuffie avatar boards, now's your chance to grab those. The Roxas and Naminé avatar boards. And I believe they're on sale as well. And it tells you exactly what's inside when you're purchasing the avatar boards. So I definitely will be purchasing some. I'm not exactly sure which ones just yet, but I will be purchasing them. And then they gave us the extra purchase jewels for a limited time. My image has not loaded up once. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, let's just read right through this. It says, introducing the bonus jewels campaign. If you purchase jewels during the period listed above, you get an extra bonus on top of your purchase. So we have seen this in the past, guys. So it's nothing new. Let's see. The one that we usually get is the 1700 one. So we have seen this in the past before. It's nothing new. And then I think the video that I made yesterday, I kind of touched upon this. The trait system, which essentially is just you fusing two metals and then you get some type of ability from fusing those two metals. It's a new mechanic that they introduced into the game, where, like I said, it's kind of a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It's all up for interpretation, you know. But this is the trait system. I'm just gonna read exactly what it says. When you fuse a metal onto another metal with the exact same name and rarity, in other words, a metal with the same album number, you will unlock the metal's trait. So, for example, right now with the Kyrie banner currently going on, say if you were to get two of those Kyrie metals in one pull, which you would be extremely lucky, guys. But if you were to put those two metals together, you would get the second dot on the Kyrie, and then you would unlock something called a trait. And that trait, depending on what you roll, for example, like how it says right here, the ground enemy, the trait for this specific metal would be the ground enemy defense ability. So again, it's all RNG based. And you don't want to just throw a bunch of metals. If you're trying to guilt something, you don't want to just throw everything over the one metal. You got to do this one at a time, because depending on the tier of the metal, I believe tier 4 and above, you are able to get 2 traits onto the metal. But if it's anything below that, it's only 1 trait. So just be very careful, guys. If you get a really good trait the first roll, and you still have maybe like 3 or 4 slots available for that metal, by throwing on more metals, you'll overwrite the current trait that you unlocked. And these are the effects of the traits. So if you get max gauges +2, it'll increase your Keyblade's maximum special attack gauge value. So it's basically the SP that you have on your blade. If you unlock the max HP +800, it increases the player's maximum HP value. Poison resist, it reduces the likelihood of being inflicted with poison. Paralysis resist, the same thing as poison, and then sleep resist, the same thing as the other two. And these are the ones that affect the metals directly. So as we saw with the Kingdom Hearts 2 one, or I'm sorry, the Cloud metal, the ground enemy defense is deal increased damage against enemies that are on the ground. So this would be monsters that are not flying, not floating, anything like that. Aerial enemy defense -20, deal increased damage against enemies that are in the air. So again, the polar opposite of ground enemy. Damage in raids +40, deal increased damage against raid bosses. So this would be a really good trait to have on one of the metals, especially if you're a raider. this would be perfect for you guys, especially on some of those really powerful medals. Extra attack 40%, sorry, allows you to use the medal a second time. So this is the trait that I've been hearing about a lot, that people are saying it's broken. For example, say if you were to get this specific trait on the Kingdom Hearts 2 Kairi, and I'm only just using her as an example right now because she's part of the banner, she's the newest one, everyone's going hype about her, etc, etc. If you were to get this specific trait on Kairi, you would technically get 20 SP recovery, minus whatever she does times 2. You know, so let's just say, for example, let's see, the illustrated Belle and Beast. That's +3 tiers, correct? And then minus something, and then some healing with all that kind of stuff. If you were to get the extra attack, it would be a +6 tier increase, and a huge buff in HP or something like that. So I can definitely see why people are saying that this specific trait is broken. But I'm sure it's not easy. I'm sure it's going to be one of those really hard RNGs to get, you know. Continuing, let's just move on. Increase. So the second one is strength +1000. Increase the medal's strength attribute. So this is just for the medal's top strength value. If it's like 10,000, even with Chippendales, there'd be an extra 1,000 on top of the Chippendales as well. So like 13, 14. Let's just say, for example. And then the same thing for defense, with Chippendales on there as well. It would increase the defense of that specific medal by 2,000. Sorry guys, my dog's just like bothering me. Okay, let's just continue. So that's the trait system. I would really read up on that, guys. It's super important to know what traits you're getting on your medals, or which traits you really do want on certain medals, because it is important now. It kind of overwrites the Mickey and Broom's medals. They're still important, don't get me wrong. It's an added bonus, but the trait system is the new thing you should be fighting for, you know? Okay, so moving on, it says introducing theater mode. This is just to go back and watch clips of theater parts in the quests. Oh no, not that. Okay, so this next one, this is just some of the features that they've added, some new content. It's basically just explaining what was added into the game. So the design was changed. The cutscene has been changed, which we saw. Some new content that they added was the multiplayer mode, theater mode, metal traits, and new facial expressions and skin colors have been added. So be sure to check those out, guys. And what else? Oh, system and parameters. So this is the important part. So the strength buff is no longer the max you can get is 3. It is now currently 7. So again, as I said before, with the trait, the double trait, the attack, whatever it was called, that one's really important, because if you can get that on a tier 3, or I'm sorry, on a boost medal like Kairi, that would be a 6 tier buff, you know. I mean, it's still not the max, but nonetheless important. They did the same with defense buff. It's now up to 7 as well. And you will now be able to reduce the cost of medals up to 20, previously 10 using 6. Okay, so that's a really good thing. I know a lot of people were struggling before, where you had to level up, or I'm sorry, you had to purchase some of the, what are they called? Oh my god. We had to purchase some of the avatar boards in order to get the cost down, or the cost up of your keyblades. So it's a good thing. It's a really good thing that they increased that, or reduced it, I'm sorry. And you'll now be able to recruit players that belong to a party. So that's really cool. And game data will now be downloaded after a player completes the tutorial. Interesting. And then this one, the ability to unlock special attack bonus on a medal will now be achieved upon completing quest 34, previously 200. So they made it a little bit easier for people to unlock the guild. I do remember grinding all the way up to 200, and it was such a pain. Okay, and it says, if you had completed Quest 34 before the update, the special attack bonus feature will be unlocked once the application has been updated. So then they did some UI updates, made it a little bit more pretty to kind of go through. Battle speed adjustments. You will now be able to act immediately after the text player turn appears when engaging an enemy. So it's little things like that that kind of, especially for those timed events, guys. Super important. And then we got 30 new story quests added to the game, guys. So they're kind of trying to catch us up to JP, I guess. And this is one of the new Keyblades that was added as well from the story. I know we did just receive another Keyblade for the hard mode, or I'm sorry, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, the hard mode. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with that part, but this is one of the new Keyblades that just added into the game with the Union Cross update. So I would make sure to catch up on the story in order to get this Keyblade. Right now we do have the 0 AP going, so make sure you burn through those story, guys. And then some of the campaign period, the daily Sid quest unlocked for everyone, and there's triple lux on on story mode, and then beginner's deal returns permanently. This is mainly just for people who are beginning in the game. If you're missing like a bunch of medals, this is a pretty decent thing to pull from. I am not going to be pulling from that because I don't really care about the beginner medals. And then the flashy avatar things, whatever it's called, they're 2,500, guys. If you have the jewels, I do recommend you get this. Apart from the fact that it's pretty and it looks really, really cool, you do get SP attack gauge 1 and attack boost 3 max. So they're both very, very good skills. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. It looks cool. You do get some really cool things added in there as well. Just go make sure that you first have the jewels for it, guys. And let's see. Of course, we all know about Kyrie. I don't think I really need to say anything about that. And then the first anniversary quest, guys. So to kick off the year, the first year anniversary with the first anniversary quest, earn up to 2,000 jewels. So even if you're not new to this game, I would do this. It's 2,000 free jewels, guys. I'm just going to read exactly what it says here. Event details. Introducing the first anniversary quest in celebration of our first year anniversary from the release of the global version of Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. There will be a total of 30 quests. Quests 1 through 15 are available right now, and then quests 16 through 30 will be available starting April 20th, 2017 at 12 a.m. And then it says, complete all of these quests to earn up to 2,000 jewels. You don't want to miss out on getting the bounty jewels. True, true, true. And it says, tip, be prepared for long battles against the fierce Heartless. Use medals with HP restoring special attacks to make it through to the end. And then just to follow them. So that's pretty cool. And then I know if a lot of you that have logged into the application in the morning, there is some errors, I guess, in the morning. A lot of people's applications are crashing. I haven't had any issues or anything. But we also did not get our 6,000 jewels. We only received 5,000. I guess something had gone wrong with the update, which is expected, guys. I mean, it's a big update. It completely changed the game. So, you know, just be patient with them, guys. They're trying, I guess. And then I think that's about it, guys. I haven't pulled from this banner just yet, but I will be pulling, guys. I do want that Kyrie. I don't care what anyone says. It's a pretty good banner to pull from, if you ask me, especially if you've saved up a good amount of jewels like I have. So yeah, I think I've covered just about everything, guys. What else? Multiplayer mode. That's right, I forgot about that. Multiplayer mode has been added into the game, guys. It's actually pretty cool. I did one this morning, but I will say that you should have like some of your strongest medals equipped to your Keyblades, because it is a fairly difficult thing to do. Some of the bosses that you fight, they don't just have like 1 or 2 gauges, guys. They have like 30 gauges, and you need to bring like your best medals to the game. But I would definitely check it out, guys. It's a lot of fun. It's interesting. because I thought it was gonna be very, very like glitchy, very, I don't know. I didn't think it was gonna work the very first day. But I played a few games this morning on my LTE network, and it worked just fine. I mean, there was no lagging. There was nothing necessarily wrong with it. The system is a little weird, but it works. It's a lot of fun, guys. I would definitely check it out. I would definitely play. If any of you guys, I guess, if you want to play with me as well, I would go ahead and I'll leave my Twitter down in the description below. And if you guys want, just go ahead and follow me, message me on there, and we can all play together, I guess. But I guess I'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the new update. And I guess I'll make I'll probably do a pull video a little bit later today or tomorrow. Thank you guys.